Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear humanity, today I've come again and we are going to look at Islam and health, Islam and the health. When we talk about the health, we are going to look at one of the most important interpretations, or one of the most holy, divine, holy interpretation of an ayah. That in this ayah, it's a very, very holy ayah, and it's the ayah of the Holy Quran that every one of you as a living human being, and especially women, should take heed and listen. This ayah is a very, very holy ayah. And also, those people who say they do practice medicine, let's say doctors and what have you, this ayah is an ayah for every living human being on this planet. It's an ayah and interpretation of health. We are talking about health, the well-being of a human being, the wellness of a human body. We are going to start by looking at one of the fuels of all the body of a human being uses in order to support or to grow every muscle and to give human beings what you call life. When we created a human being, we made the human body to do whatever the functions of building muscles, and building muscles is the most important, because once someone is born, from day one, their bodies begin a journey of changing from 1 month, 2 months, all those whatever time. A human body is going through very, very special and very miraculous changes, because once you arrive on planet Earth, you begin a journey which Allah, the Most Holy God, Allah, has commanded that human beings, you are born of a woman. You sit in a woman's womb for 9 months. After 9 months, maybe after 9 months and 1 day for male children, if you're a boy, from the very day that the egg from which you are created takes 9 months. Any living human being spends exactly 9 months in their mother's womb. For boys, boys they always are born on either at exactly 9 months, or 1 day past that 9 months, and days after 9 months, up to 11 days. A boy is born between 1 day past. A boy can be born on exactly 9 months, depending. Only Allah knows how that works. But what I tell you is that a boy he arrives on this planet after 9 months exactly, or 1 day past 9 months, or 2 days past 9 months, or 3 up to 11 days. In between 1 day past the 9 months up to 11 days. The extra days, if they pass, let's say 3 days, that child is considered Adelaide birth. That person, that child, is delayed. She cannot arrive, or he cannot arrive on time within the prescribed time of 9 months, or past 3 days or 2 days. So any extra day from after 2 days, I would say after 2 days, any extra day from after 2 days the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, the sixth day, the eighth day, the ninth day, the 10th day, the 11th day. That is a child put in a category of children who are delayed, whose arrival, whose birth or to come out of their mother's womb is classified as delayed due either to some complication or whatever. But in girls, the girl child is always alive early. A girl child, from the very moment that the egg was fertilized, she spends I would say the prescribed time is 9 months exactly. But for a girl child, if the mother is carrying a womb of a child, from the very day that the egg was fertilized, that child will arrive before 7 days to 9 months exactly. 7 days or 8 days before 9 months exactly. Why? Only Allah knows why He made it that way. But girls, they never delay. A girl never delay in their mother's womb. They always come on time, and they come early. For instance, a girl is born before, let's say, as I said, 7 days from the very day, from if there is, let's say, 8 days to be like 9 months exactly. So that means before the 9 months on point, a girl will be born before 7 days before that date, or 8 days, or 6 days, or 5 days before the very 9 months, if since the day her egg was fertilized. And some girls who are deemed delayed, they are born on 9 months exactly. But the girl child is always early. She never delays. She never stays in her mother's womb more than what is prescribed. They always come early, 8 days to the 9 months, or 7 days, or 6 days, or 5 days, or 4 days, or 3 days, or 2 days, or at 9 months exactly. The reason why we are looking today, we said the topic is health, but we are going to look at red and white blood cells. What is, because we said we are going to look at health and blood. Human beings, the body of a human being it's fuel that runs each and every the building on muscles and what have you is run on a system which is called blood, or on a fuel which is called blood. Blood is red in color, and it contains so many things. But that which is known to mankind is what we call what we call red and white blood cells in a human body. The red and white blood cells are very special, very powerful, and very special creations of Allah. These red and white blood cells are creations of Allah, from which He commanded that blood and red and white blood cells are to make the human body grow from a 1 day little boy or a whatever cell to cell until a person reaches the age of 90, and so on and so on. However, the reason why you are going to look at a white blood cell or a red blood cell is to see what are the responsibilities of human beings to their bodies in conjunction or in relationship with the religion of Islam. Because whatever I say to you, I interpret to you. I interpret it or in the name of the most holy, beautiful religion of Islam, because that's the religion from which every living human being was created. whatever that I'm going to interpret, or whatever I'm interpreting, I interpret it in the name of the most holy, beautiful religion from which every human being was created. From a religion of Islam. The religion of Islam is a very, very beautiful religion because it's the religion of the sun in the sky, it's the religion of the moon in the sky, and it's the religion of every plant, and it's the religion of planet Mother Earth. One of the most important things that human beings should know with their bodies and their relationship with Islam is that, as I told you, that every human being was created from the religion of Islam, and that every human being is a Muslim. So it will be unjust you for it to be what you call injustice committing you as human beings committing against your own bodies if you say that your religion is different from that which you were created from. It will be gross injustice to yourselves as human beings to say that you follow or you follow a belief, because I will not call your beliefs as a religion, but the religion is what Allah laid down as a divine holy decree, or from which everything on this planet depends or is able to have motion in their bodies because of a religion of Islam, which is the nearest celestial bodies, the sun and the moon, those two creations which are the nearest celestial bodies to planet Earth. Their religion is Islam, which implies that the solar system of planet Earth and the solar system in which planet Earth is, the entire solar system of from which in which planet Earth is, Islam religion is Islam. So that is because I think I remember I told every one of you in my previous interaction or interpretation of the schedule ayahs that every living thing, every living creation on this planet is Muslim, or its religion is Islam. That means the sun in the sky, its religion is Islam. The nearest galaxies, the sky and the entire universe, as you people glance and look at it, its religion is Islam. So with that, Allah has given, has made, created us and said, "Oh, human beings, this is how this is blood is what runs just your whatever it goes your muscles and everything, according to our absolute whole divine decree of Islam, which is the sun is able to beam its light on planet Earth under that absolute holy divine decree of Islam, and the water is supposed to come from the Holy Quran that is embroidered over planet Earth and come onto planet Earth as rain under the absolute divine decree of Islam, and human being bodies are able to use the water to either quench their thirst or to have a bath and clean themselves. Now, to use water as Allah has prescribed, the application of Islam and its whatever its what we call its attributes and complements through different things to make the religion, the Allah's religion, as the most holy, beautiful religion. So the reason why I want you to know that indeed every one of you is Muslim, and every muscle on a human body is built by red and white blood cells. Those red and white blood cells are Muslim. Their religion is Islam. Every application in those red and white blood cells is Islam. However, when they appear here in what we call a visual interpretation, they have a red and white blood cell has what we call a signature over a negative, which is something that runs, or you can say it can run west to east or east to west. And it has a positive signature or a plus signature, which is like a cross. The reason why the red and white blood cells have those signatures, because red and white blood cells have what we call electrical spasms. Electrical spasms. That these electrical spasms are meant to be, the red and white blood cells, they use them as Allah has commanded according to the divine absolute whole decree of Allah, that they apply whatever that apply the electrical spasms in order when they are constructing or building the human body, the muscles in a human body. So a red blood cell has a positive symbol and a negative symbol. And they're both, I mean, like when you say electricity, when you look at electricity, it has a negative whatever and a positive whatever, or as a symbol that says this is a negative side, and this is a positive side. So a red and white blood cell has those two symbols in their visual structure of appearance. If you looked at a red and white blood cell in its whatever visual interpretation, it has those two symbols. Why? Because it has an electrical spasm. And an electrical spasm has to have what we call positive and negative to switch off, on and off. When you switch off a light, that's I would say when you switch off a light, that's negative. When you switch on, that is positive. So these red and white blood cells have those symbols, or a switch on and a switch off mechanism. So today we are looking at a white and red blood cell, how it looks and how it has so many I would say it has so many colors, so many whatever. But I'm only showing you that indeed Islam is the religion of every blood cell in your body. And it will be very gross injustice for you as human beings to say that your belief or your whatever, your conjecture belief is what is what you follow, other than following the religion, which has built every muscle and every whatever on your body. Islam is the water you drink, you as human being is Islam, or is a religion is Islam. The air you breathe is Islam. So it will be gross injustice for you as human beings to enter into a dispute with either the water you drink or the air you breathe. When you utter blasphemy and say, we are Christians, we are fighting Islam. We are Christians, we are fighting Islam. No, you are fighting for your survival, for your existence, because once you say you enter a dispute, whereby the dispute is, first of all, is between you and every blood cell in your body, because every blood cell builds every muscle that you have on your body. Once you turn around and say, I'm fighting Islam, the first victim of that of your foolishness as a human being is you yourself, is you as an individual. That your body mechanisms, or red and white blood mechanisms, always know what they hear when you people engage in what we call a dispute. And as an answer to what what is they read in your mind and whatever, they will send us a warning signal saying, this is you may kind of get hit by an unexplained hypertension or blood pressure, and it will take a week without going down. That is a symptom which he says, warning you that for the last 5 years You've been saying that you don't like Muslims, you don't like Islam, you are fighting Islam, you hate Muslims. So this is what happened, because we who build your muscle, or every part of your muscle, we are Muslims inside you. So when you turn around and say you are fighting Islam, I think you should be warned not to engage in dispute with the religion or with the religion inside your body. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we are looking at red and white blood cells. The reason why I'm bringing this whatever evidence is to make human beings to remove, especially the Western Hemisphere people who have waged war on every person that says, I'm a Muslim. The war that you've waged, because it's not the one day war. The war has been going on for years and years and years. But in the last whatever, the kind of has intensified, whereby I had to come out of my comfort zone and say, look here, human beings, you either follow the religion from which you were created, or Mother Nature disciplines you in a way that it will throw every foolish woman or man into what we call either a body ridden by cancer tumors, or bladder, whatever, or lungs riddled with tumors, because every part of your bodies as human beings, every section of muscle of your bodies is built by red and white blood cells. And those red and white blood cells, their religion is Islam. And that is the religion of the sun in the sky. And that's the religion of the moon. In women, it is even the interpretation of Islam in women, or is extraordinarily explained in a way that if women knew the true religion of their bodies, they would celebrate each and every other day. Why? A woman, the very day she arrives on this planet, she's accompanied with a special what in her body, in a woman's body. There's what we call a frequency pulse of the moon, the frequency pulse of life. That frequency pulse of life is the frequency pulse of Islam, the religion of Islam. It's the frequency pulse of the sun in the sky. But in a woman, the frequency pulse of life, or the frequency pulse of Islam, is what causes what counts that a woman is ready now to go into her reproductive cycles, of menstrual cycles. And that electrical, the pulse of life, the pulse of the frequency pulse of the rotation of the moon around planet Earth, it always counts that a woman days of whatever to enter into her periods after 27 days or 28 days is on this day. And that woman, after that, because it's only the moon and the stars and the planet Earth has the power over human beings. And Allah has power over human beings. As human beings, you as a woman, you cannot wake up and say, according to this, I want to go into my period right now. That cannot happen. Because you don't know how your body works. You don't know how your body works. So it's the moon to interpret its application of Islam in a woman's body. It says, look here, I'm saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh by going around planet Mother Earth, as well as managing your body as a woman. Managing your body as a woman. In reading every whatever, and counting that your body now today is ready, so that you can clean your body, so that the gravity dynamic, the reproductive gravity dynamics in your body are balanced with the gravity dynamic, reproductive dynamics of planet Earth, as well as the moon, as well as the sun, as well as the solar system. You as a woman or whatever, you cannot do that. So Mother Nature or Islam, or the application of Islam in a woman's body, is what is been designed to keep the line of human beings or the line of continuation of life on planet Earth in whatever continuous, because of the application of Islam or through the frequency powers or frequency rotation cycles or powers of the moon into a woman's body. That the frequency powers of the moon of Islam, the frequency powers of life, has a program that it has a program of every little girl is born on the planet, that she or he, from the day she's born, she gets work hand in hand with that spouse, or to accept that spouse to manage her body, so long as she is growing up, or even growing up. A person who would not, nobody knows how. You cannot wake up and say, "Oh, last night I grew up 3 meters, 3 inches." You cannot do that because you don't know. You don't have that whatever. That application is not in your head. It's not where recorded anywhere. You don't know that. But the moon knows. Mother planet knows. The sun in the sky knows. So my people, especially the so-called Western Hemisphere people who say they are fighting Islam, they hate Islam, they don't like Muslims. Maybe you did not know what Islam is. Maybe you did not know what Islam is. And for your information, these holy divine ayahs have been interpreted from my tongue to you, to your ears. Once they fall on your ears, they are activated. They are what? They are active. They are alive. They are alive. They are activated. Because before I started sending this message to humanity, because you have never heard it in your ear. You did not know that it's the pulse, the frequency pulse of the rotation sequencing cycle of the moon that manages the body of a woman and counts that it's 28 days, it's 27 days that a woman should enter into her period. It's not a body, a human, whatever that counts that, but the frequency pulse of life, of the sequence pulse of life in the moon, in the sun, and in planet Mother Earth is what brings about the counting and the changes that a woman's body can renew and get ready to put to balance whatever the reproductive gravity, to balance out the woman's body with the reproductive gravity dynamics of the sun and the moon, as well as the planet Earth and the solar system, in which planet Earth is, so that a woman is able, if that is kind of I wouldn't say it has to be exactly balanced, but it has to be in a certain range with those gravity, whatever, in the moon or sun and the planet Earth, so that a woman can conceive and her body is ready to kind of run and be able to carry a program of carrying a creation inside whatever for 9 months. However, as I said, that these ayahs are very, very scared ayahs. Very, very holy scared ayahs. From which nobody should disrespect these words, because as I said to you, once they are released from my tongue, they are active. The interpretation of those ayahs, Allah says He will interpret them, because it's Allah who kept these ayahs, these scared ayahs, to Himself. But now they have come to you. Why? Because the bloodshed or the misguided ideologies and the sadistic ideologies that have led men to shed blood of one another has demanded that these ayahs are interpreted to you as women and men to know the true religion from which you are created, so that you can stop the madness of bloodshed. You can stop the wickedness, the sadness, the madness of bloodshed of one another. If you know that you are Muslim, the same, it has come to you that you are a creation that is a Muslim, and to prove that is the moon in the sky. Because the frequency pulse of the moon of life that determines whether you go in your periods after 28 days or 27 days, says then the moon says, my religion, me as the moon in the sky, my religion is Islam. And the sun in the sky says, my religion is Islam. And the planet as a mother Earth says, my religion is Islam. So, you who say that your religion is either Christian or whatever, my people, I think we are a people misguided for a long time. And as a result, many of you have witnessed the bloodshed of your fellow human beings, from which a human being was given a percentage of mental development to be able to look at his daughter or her daughter, her mother, her father, her sister, and recognize that is a human being. Once your mind, your brain recognize that is my mother, that is my dad, that is my sister, that is my whatever, never at any given time ever think that you should engage in any sadistic, evil, wicked behaviors of bloodshed. And that bloodshed is that you are at war with a man in Palestine, or a black man in London, or whatever, anywhere else on this planet. Because there are human beings like your mother who deserve protection, who deserve to have the best, all the rights that your mother, you wish for your mother. Those people are entitled to that rights that you think your mother deserves, your father deserves, your sister deserves. When you are in England or in America or anywhere else, that right to life that you is prescribed by the laws of men in your country, and so is those rights of rights life are explained to you by Allah, who makes that sure that person somewhere in Palestine or whatever is breathing and is still alive. Because if you people, the wickedness that you have, if you had a way to tell these people, you should not breathe air, I swear you would have done it to you people, because you're wicked. If you can stop water going to a people in a refugee camp, water which today it's been raining in London, if you stand outside, you will see that when the water comes from the sky, a stone that doesn't drink water, it gets its share. It gets its equal share. It gets a share from Allah and says, drink. If you want to drink, you can drink. But you human beings who know that a human life depends on water to be alive, you say, we send on the 2 trucks to 1.9 million Palestinians in refugee camps. Well, 2 trucks of bottled water, not a liter of water, but little bottles. And you yourself, you are in London, in New York, with extravagantly drinking this one, drinking Coca-Cola, drinking milk, drinking this and that, while you are sending ballistic missiles to little girls to be obliterated by ballistic missiles, and deny that you're given right to drink water. My people, I think I have to explain to you these ayahs. that the red and white blood cells in your bodies that builds every muscle on your bodies, that the region of those red and white blood cells is Islam. So do not at any given time ever think that you are fighting another person because she says that her religion is Islam and you say you are Christian. Because if you do, the very red and white blood cells in your bodies, which are Muslim, which build every muscle on your body, they'll put you down very fast. They'll put you down very fast by throwing you into a collision with what we call a mutation of red and white blood cells into cancer tumors. Cancer what? Cancer tumors, either a brain tumor or a blood clot. A brain tumor or a blood clot. So my people, you are people who have been misguided for years, because it is stated in the Quran that we are a people who are not warned, who will find themselves in direct confrontation with the muscle, with the religion of their bodies. With the religion that builds their bodies, with the religion that makes them go through what we call reproductive cycles. Do you know what a reproductive cycle? A reproductive cycle is a program whereby you are able to have a child that you can call your child, and the next child, that child also has to grow up, and when she reaches a certain age to go into the reproductive cycle, she'll enter that period through a program already programmed in her body, through the religion of the sun and the religion of the moon and the religion of planet Earth, and that religion is Islam. And that religion is what is programmed that every human being should produce. Every woman should have an offspring. That's why a woman really reaches a certain stage in her life. She develops the breasts, so that the breasts are what holds milk and whatever for her offspring. But when you turn around and say, we are fighting the religion which made your mother which counted that this is 30 days or 28 days or 27 days, your body is ready to have a cycle, so that your body drug gravity dynamics are able become reproductive and are balanced well with the moon and the sun and the planet, that you as a little girl who are 18 or 20 or 40, today you are a living human being. If you turn around and say you are fighting that religion, I think you are people committing suicide, but you don't know. You are people doing what? Committing suicide, but you don't know. So I've put this in clear visual interpretation as well as in words for you to look at what a white red blood cells looks like. And I've always explained the relationship of Islam to your red and white blood cells. The relationship of Islam to every muscle on your body. The relationship of every plant, that every drop of water that you put in your stomach. The relationship is your body is able to apply every application of Islam in water to your body, the application of Islam in your body, and that body is able to, the application of red and white blood cells of Islam in your body is able to kind of work in what Allah has said, that dispense harmony to one another, not ballistic missiles. Water dispenses harmony to you if you drink it, and you feel that it quenches your thirst, as well as it adds some whatever on your muscles, either by building them or by making them kind of feel in a harmonious relaxed, whatever state. My people, Islam is the religion from which we are created as human beings. Do not engage in any confrontation with the religion that is already inside your bodies as women and women of Europe or America. You are people who say you are fighting Islam. Because for me, you may wonder why I say these things, but the arbitration of whatever Palestinians, whatever houses, is not against 3 little girls who are defenseless, who have never raised even a finger and say, I'm fighting whatever. It's a misguided whatever that the Western Hemisphere think that they are fighting Islam. They think they are fighting Islam. I've showed you your bodies, every muscle that you look at on your body. If you're a woman, you after listening to this, you can look in the mirror. Maybe for years you've thought it, you looked at your mirror in the mirror and you say, oh, I think I'm beautiful. When you know that the beauty that you've been looking in the mirror for years it's whatever is sent to onto your face to as sparkling fragrances of beauty. If you know that beauty is kind of built and brought by a Muslim and a red and white blood cell Muslim, then celebrate and free yourself from the clutches of a misguided, delusional, bloodshed belief that you've been a kind of held in by people who say they crucified the Son of God. Because when they say we crucify the Son of God, do you know what that implies? That the religion spills blood. It can easily spill blood, which the blood that has made your body sealed every part of your body and made sure that there's no whatever that blood flows from whatever. Your body looks smooth and healthy. If you to apply that to you to make sure that you have no wounds on your body. My people, Islam is the religion from which you were all created from. And for that, do not get into confrontation or dispute with the religion of the air you breathe. Do not get into confrontation and dispute with the religion of the air you breathe or the water you drink. So today we are looking at red and white blood cells in a human body. How they look like, how a blood cell looks like. A blood cell has a negative and a positive terminal in its whatever, because it carries what we call an electrical spasm. And those electrical spasms, it has to either switch off a part of the whatever and then switch it on again. That's how a human body is able to either regulate either the temperature of the human body and so on and so on. So my people, this is a very scared ayah of the Holy Quran, the book of Allah, from which Allah says, men and women, follow this book because these are my words, holy words of guidance. It's a guidance for all living men. It's a universal guidance. The people in China, they are entitled to know Islam as an American man or a little girl is entitled to learn and know that because she her system that goes every month on her birthday is Islam. If she rejects that knowledge of knowing how her body works, maybe she's denying herself a chance to leave a mark on this planet. That I had a daughter when I was in the planet Earth, and because of Islam, that daughter was very healthy, very bubbly, and I hope she too, she will have bubbly, beautiful, healthy children. But if you say you don't like to know, you wouldn't like to know about Islam, you have a child who has either, not a child, you yourself, you'll be hit by a disease. A disease because you would be engaging in things like which are forbidden in Islam. In Islam, women and men are forbidden from the consumption of alcohol. Because alcohol, once it enters a human body, the first victim is the red and white blood cell electrical spasms. When you drink alcohol, the red and white cell electrical spasms, which are meant to kind of function by carrying whatever to the brain neurons. Once the alcohol enters your body, it will attack every electrical spasm in every red and white blood cell, causing them to go into what we call either to completely be disabled, which causes the brain neurons to be starved of an electrical spasm, and as a result, the brain neurons are hit by what we call a partial paralysis. And the partial paralysis, if medical interpretation were kind of they use a language which they're supposed to use, they will tell you that once a human body is in a partial paralysis, that person is somehow half of that human's brain or body is dead. Which brings about a situation that you cannot articulate reasoning accountability, whether if you are asked a question, you wouldn't be able to reasonably articulate a meaningful response to a question which has been asked to you by someone. So you cannot explain yourself. That means you don't have reasoning accountability of yourself, and you cannot stand firmly without staggering on two legs. That means your brain neurons are disabled, or your body is in partial paralysis, which is you are half dead. Your brain is half dead. Anyway, we will continue to study more about Islam and see how if we can come to understand what is Islam in every human being's life. Maybe that way, if we understand what is Islam, maybe some of you will kind of drop the bloodshed business of manufacturing weapons in order to keep the bloodshed whatever going. But Allah says it must stop, because Allah has, before it even started, said, do not shed blood of one another. Do not shed blood of one another. And in that, do not go into confrontation with the religion of the blood of your own by saying you are fighting Islam. Do not engage in confrontation with the religion of Mother Nature, the religion of the water you drink. That's all I can say today. We will continue to study more about red and white blood cells. In the next video, we will look at the dangers that in when a red and white blood cell is disabled. When a red and white blood cell is disabled or is attacked by an alcohol toxins, we will see what are the effects that can occur in a human body. Okay? Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. That this has been a very, very holy divine ayah, interpretation of a very, very holy divine ayah of the Holy Quran, the book of Allah. The book of Allah, the Holy Quran. From which the religion of Islam, and that religion is the religion of the sun in the sky, and it's also the religion of the moon in the sky, and it's also the religion of Mother Planet Earth, and it's also the religion of red and white blood cell that builds every muscle on the bodies of human beings. The religion of red and white blood cells that builds the muscles, every muscle in a human being. That religion is Islam. Humanity, do not get into confrontation or dispute with the religion that builds every muscle on your bodies, because that is the only way men and women will survive. If you get into confrontation with that religion, many of you, I think, if to make whatever, it's like committing suicide. Many of you, in one or the other, some of them, whatever, somewhere, some cause of suicide, but they commit human bodies mutating there, whatever, into what men call diseases, complicated diseases that they don't understand. Is one way when your body says, I've built every muscle on this man, I've built every muscle on this woman, but every time she's saying she hates Islam, yet I am a Muslim's blood cell in her body. I am a Muslim white and red blood cell in her body. So if he continues with this, maybe we can throw her into what we call a rage of a body, her body ridden by every one of us as red and white blood cells committing suicide and mutating into tumors, into cancer tumors. Maybe that way she will feel better when she say, what is wrong with me? But you've been saying you are fighting Islam. You hate Islam. You don't like Islam. The water you drink is Islam. The air you breathe is Islam. So why don't you like Islam? Why do you hate Islam? My people, that is, wake up from the siege of foolishness, you bloody, you wake up from the siege of foolishness, or else you are a people committing suicide, but you don't know. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.